Ladies and gentlemen, the star of Politically Incorrect, Bill Maher.
A very funny comedian and Emmy-winning television writer, Mr. Ed Driscoll, is right over here.
Thank you.
In Milwaukee, there's a mother who is looking at 15 years in prison because she gave her 13-year-old son condoms. And the DA there says that that's sexual abuse.
I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I do know that his mom giving him the condom. It is gross. I don't want my mother doing that. I mean, honest to God, first of all, my mother gave me a condom. I don't think I'll have sex ever again in my life, quite frankly. Talk about Freudian. It's just spooky to begin with.
I mean, Bill, I would say that...
Your mother gave you rubbers? I mean, when they used to apply...
My mother wouldn't even buy me a National Geographic.
I would say a 13-year-old child having sex is destructive behavior.
Where does she stop? You know, first mom brings condoms, and then she's like, hey, I found these lotions too, Eddie. Look, you're getting a little more involved than I care to have you in my life. I mean,
sex occurs naturally in nature at that age.
Sure,
Biology
and if you
tells
encourage your children to act like animals, they will. I mean, I would say
Act
that...
like animals?
No, I would say that a 13-year-old kid, it can be
we're not talking about positions here, are we? I mean, talking about sex in general.
I really don't want to talk about this Temptation Island because I don't want to give it any more credence or publicity than it doesn't deserve already.
It's all supposed to be reality. We know it's all staged.
It's as unscripted as the presidential debates. It's ridiculous.
It's just
they might as well call it, you know, who wants to bang my girlfriend? I mean, it's ridiculous. You know, and you have to be tempted. Like me, I would be tempted as far as that goes, because look, you know, I have one girlfriend that's on me all the time. I don't need six, you know, to argue with, quite frankly. So.
Maybe the commitment to these couples is to see whether or not they can withstand this before they decide to actually get married and have kids and stuff. Maybe they're like themselves out.
Yeah, but
well, supposedly this is supposed to show what relationships are all about and the problems that crop up. And like you say, there's a camera crew surrounding them, and it's like, honey, we have intimacy issues. Yeah, no kidding. There's a camera crew here. There's a camera crew in the kitchen. That kind of...
They found out one of the couples had a kid, and they went, we can't do it. Go for it. That couple had to leave because they had a child. If it affects a child, then all bets are off.
I'm sure the parents were willing to us in the child if it'll get us back on the show. You know what I mean?
Sounds like it, yeah.
You know, clearly they're like, hey, you know, they didn't tell them about it to begin with. Ixnay on the id-K, you know, and then it's like, yeah, it's a sad thing.
In Vancouver, there is someone who is suing his crack dealer. I am not kidding. For negligence, for something in the law called duty of care. He said it's criminal negligence to sell to a person who knew he was addicted to this substance. And he was a crack addict for 11 years, and the guy continued to sell it to him. And if you think that's cricket.
Well, I think he should sue if it's bad crack, but otherwise, I mean...
In Canton, Ohio, the prosecutor there is going after a crowd of people who yelled jump at a suicider, saying they assisted that suicide. To go after people yelling jump?
Wait, this was in Canton, Ohio?
Canton,
Those
Ohio.
weren't onlookers, those were people waiting in line to do the same thing.
Oh, hey.